What does it mean to be an anthropologist?
I think what it means is to just be aware of everything. I think as a cultural anthropologist, at least, that you are just studying the obvious, but to a deeper extent, like past the surface of what people do and why they do it. More of like what drives them to do it and how is it impactful to the world and society. Um, and I think everyday people, ordinary people, don't really pay attention to things like that. They're not aware of their surroundings or the things that they say, the things they take for granted, the things they take advantage of. And I'd say that anthropologists, well, we are ordinary people, but we're just making ourselves aware of those things and I guess writing it down and keeping a record of it and then creating something out of it as art, I think any other artist would do. So it's kind of just taking something so simple and making it into your own.
How do you want to be perceived?
I want to be perceived as I want to be taken seriously as an anthropologist, not just as like, some underground or side job anthropologist, like where people don't really take it at seriously or anything like that. Because I feel like people have the tendency of not understanding it, so they don't accept it, rather than asking what it is and finding more about it. It's just like, oh, what is anthropology? Or maybe you have an idea, but you don't really know. And psychology and sociology are two really big majors that are like taken seriously and count as like a science. And anthropology's kind of thrown off to the side for the most part. So I don't know. I guess I'd want to be perceived with the same respect as if I was still a psychology major or studying sociology, because I think it deserves that. Or if I was anything, any major, I just want to be perceived with respect.
Who do you want to matter to?
I want to matter to, well, my generation, of course, and the older generation of people in the business world, because I think there's this distinct line with either being successful and working as a lawyer or like a businessman, and the other extreme of being like an artist and enjoying your job but really not making that much money. And I think anthropology falls somewhere in between, and I feel like I would want to cater towards those two and bringing it together and kind of bridging that gap, and letting people understand like what it is and what it means and how like anyone could really do it, because it's like any art, but at the same time it's a job, it's a career. People are wealthy from it. So I think I would definitely want the older generation of people who are into like making money and like that's it, be miserable, make money. And then of course my generation of kids who are like expressing yourselves and finding your identity and things like that. So yeah, that's it for that.
All right, and my last question is why?
Why be an anthropologist? Why do anything? I think it's just, why not? Because if you have the opportunity to learn something new and be good at it, like here in college, just do it. If you have a desire or you're curious about something, go for it. It's like you shouldn't be restrained, or you shouldn't confine yourself to one specific goal or career or hobby. Branch out, find out what you're interested in your career, and I think that's just what I'm doing. I've never done anthropology before until now, and it's something that I'm really interested in, and I realize now that I'm doing it that I've kind of been doing it for the past 2 years with my traveling, but I never understood what it was that kept drawing me to like travel and study people and just meet people in different cultures. So I feel like it's just one of those things where I'm finding out a lot about myself and about the world, and it's just one extra thing that I love to do with my many other hobbies. So why not do it while I can? And if I can do this and be a teacher and be an athlete and all these other things that I love to do, then I'm going to do it all and not just restrain myself to one thing.